Hello and welcome to a new video. Hope everybody is doing well. So this is the first video in our Alaska planning series, or our Disney Wonder Cruise Alaska planning series. If you've seen already, well, you may have seen already our announcement video, which basically is us telling you guys that we are doing a 7-night cruise on the Disney Wonder next month.
Yeah, baby.
To say we are excited is an understatement. Even more so because we actually checked in today. So
got a good boarding group as well and a good time. So
yeah, it's like so much closer now.
It's real.
And it's weird because we checked in and I was saying to David, it doesn't, like, it just feels like a task that we had to do. We checked in, it's done, it's over kind of thing. When in actuality, we've checked in because we're going away.
yeah, actually means something afterwards.
Yeah. So, I've got my handy notebook, which is my Alaska notebook, with the narwhals on. It's so cute. David got this for me 2 years ago?
I got it when we first started to actually talk about Alaska cruises a few years ago. It was before.
At least 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's actually getting use. So, yes, we are here to talk about our plans and what we are doing on this trip. Obviously we will be vlogging it, so there will be vlogs that come up once we get back. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel so that you get, and hit the notification bell so that you get notifications that our Alaska vlogs have gone live. Right, let's get into it. So we have decided to stay the night before we fly. We've booked the Premier Inn at Heathrow because we're flying from Heathrow. Got it for a decent enough price, and we tacked some breakfast onto it as well, because our flight the next day is not till late afternoon. And you might be thinking, well, why not just travel down on the day you fly? I am a stress head when it comes to travel day, so for his peace of mind and sanity as well as my own sanity, it just made sense to stay the night before. Originally we weren't going to, were we? No,
we were just going to go down on the day because, like you said, you know.
Yeah, but then I started stressing and saying to him, well, what time should we leave? Yeah, I think we should leave at 12 because then, you know, it gives us an hour to get there because we've got to get through security. Oh, and then what if there's traffic? And then you were just like, just book the Premier Inn.
So we're going to get there like 6 hours before the flight. I was like, I'm not spending 6 hours in Heathrow bloody airport.
So we have a plan for it all as well. Basically, one of the things that we have to do to get on the ship is we have to arrange for our own COVID tests. They can be a COVID test or we can have an antigen test done. So we're going to get an antigen test done at Heathrow because apparently Randox has a testing centre in the car park of the Radisson, the Radisson Blu. So this plays in nicely with the staying the night before. So what we'll do is in the morning we're going to get our test done, and I think it takes about an hour for you to get your results. So we'll get the test done, go back to the hotel, have some breakfast, hopefully get our test results by then. Yeah, I know. And then once we've got the test results, we have to upload them to Safe Passage for Disney. So we will do that and use the hotel's Wi-Fi to do it, because we don't have to check out till 12. And that is basically what we're going to do. We're going to check out just before 12 and then head over to the airport to check our bags in and then go through security. And
that was one of the bonuses of staying for a room, was a late checkout, wasn't it?
Well, we could pay extra for late checkout and leave at like 4 o'clock for an extra 20 quid. But, I mean...
But this is included, isn't it? 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock is standard.
Yeah, which in other hotels would be 10 o'clock checkout, 9 o'clock checkout. So this is really good for us to have an extra hour or so anyway. So just to have it nice and mellow as possible. Yes. No rush.
Yes, so with the Randox tests, they are £35 each. so I haven't booked it yet, but I am going to book it after we have done this video, or it will be booked once you've seen this video. So then, yeah, when we get into the airport, we've got no plans. Normally we book a lounge, but the lounges in Terminal 5 are kind of...
It's not great. Like, we watched quite a few YouTube videos for it, in preparation, and nothing really stood out as being decent. There was one, but it was very, very small, quite narrow, and apparently fills up very quickly. So we weren't sure. No. Still not sure.
We are flying with British Airways. I'm not massively looking forward to it. I kind of regret booking British Airways, but the only reason I booked it was because we got a really good deal for the flights that we have. So originally we were flying out economy and coming back business, but since then we've upgraded to premium economy going out, and we're still coming back business, and we upgraded to premium for a very good price. But still,
It's an airline that, what we discovered, those who fly Virgin to Disney, you can pick your seat whenever you want, and it's amazing. With British Airways, you have to pay for your seat, unless you're one of these fancy tier members or something.
Yeah, the Avios Club.
Yeah. So if you wanted 2 seats together in premium, it'll cost you around, what was it, about 120 quid?
40, I think, or something like that.
140 quid.
It's ridiculous. It's like £69 each to book your seat.
Yeah.
Or pick your seat, sorry, not book your seat.
It's just disgusting, the fact that they do that.
It makes you appreciate Virgin more, really, doesn't it?
It really does. Because with Virgin, you book it and off you go. Because when we were looking at it, we were like, oh, we're actually going to get to sit next to each other on an 11-hour flight.
Yeah, that was what we were worrying about.
Short haul flight, I wouldn't care.
Because it's 2 3-2s, and a lot of the 2s have been booked up going over. And there is literally just one section for premium economy, compared to like Virgin, where you've got a whole section downstairs and then upstairs. Yeah, so at the airport, there's not much that we're going to do. We'll just flutter about and whatnot. So then we arrive in Vancouver. We fly out 2 days before our cruise because, one, we want to acclimate and basically not be too jet lagged, because the last time we did a cruise, we did fly out the day before the cruise and stayed one night at Animal Kingdom. Oh, but I was absolutely knackered on that cruise. I mean, you can see it in pictures and stuff. If I can find the picture, I will show you, because you can see how tired I look.
I think so.
Yes. So we're staying 2 nights in Vancouver. So we have a hotel booked near port. And then we don't really have any fixed plans for Vancouver because, as I say, we fly Saturday, but we don't arrive until Saturday evening. So really all we have is the whole of Sunday. And we don't really want to do too much because we've not budgeted for doing much in Vancouver, but we're going to try and do some bits. I would like to go and see Stanley Park because I think it looks really cool. You can get some good shots of the cruise terminal as well from there, and also there's a totem park in there which looks really cool. We're on a mission to find Walmart. So we're going to go find a Walmart, and then I want to find a bookstore. I've been recommended a place called Robson, which has Indigo bookstore in it, which is kind of like Barnes and Noble. And then what else was it we wanted to do? I want to go to Starbucks as well to see what kind of like cups I can find and stuff like that, and maybe Tim Hortons, because Tim Hortons originated in Canada, I think. So yes, when in Rome. So now we are on to the cruise. We've got a really good port arrival time. We are boarding, well, we're arriving between 11:15 and 11:30, isn't it? And we're boarding group 5, I think. So we're estimating, I think latest we'll get on the ship is about 1 o'clock. You think about 12:30?
I think I'll be setting foot on that ship around 12 o'clock personally, just because we looked at the other boarding groups of other people from when we booked it this morning, and the boarding groups are, it looks like they're boarding every 10 minutes, you know.
10-15 minutes, yeah.
Yeah, so I can't see us being in there for that. Plus all our things will be tests will be done, information will be there. All we do is just literally scan us in, and then we just go and wait, and that's it.
Yes, so, provided our tests from the day before, or 2 days before is negative.
Yeah, fingers crossed.
So yes, we'll get on board the ship, and oh, we're so excited. So basically the itinerary for this 7-night cruise is board in Vancouver, we have a day at sea, then we are at Dawes Glacier, which we're very excited for.
Yes.
Then we dock at Skagway, then Juneau, then Ketchikan, then we have another day at sea before arriving back in Vancouver. And we have a deluxe ocean view room, and I made sure that when I booked this, the travel agent made sure that the room was a large porthole, because with the ocean view rooms you can sometimes get 2 small portholes. And whilst I'm sad that we didn't book a veranda, my one stipulation was I need the big window, because I can't do an inside stateroom. So
there was a reason why we chose to have the porthole room, because a veranda, if you go look at the price of yourself now, a veranda is about $7,000, whereas the porthole is a lot less. And because
it's about $2-3 grand less.
Yeah. And which enables you to actually be able to do excursions, because if we just booked a veranda, I said, Steph, there'll be no excursions because you'll have no money, because I'm not paying $7,000 and then $3,000 for excursions on top of that. So
yeah, the excursions are one of the most expensive out of all the cruises, I think.
Yeah, well, no, they are.
Or destinations. I mean, I don't know what the European ones are like, but compared to like the Caribbean,
no, it's,
Alaska excursions are expensive.
Yeah, there are a lot more, because obviously there's helicopters and seaplanes, and there's more vehicle kind of travel involved.
Yeah, so basically I had the bright idea of booking deck 2, or going
on the water.
Going for deck 2, because I saw pictures and it literally is pretty much like water level, just about. And I thought, you know what, we've got this large porthole, maybe we might have a different view compared to if you had a veranda high up. We might see whales, maybe not so close, but in a different perspective kind of thing. So I'm quite excited for that. One thing I will say is, when we get to our ports of call, it will be interesting when you open the curtain, because you may have someone outside that's washing the windows, or I don't know, because and it's early as well when they start doing that stuff.
But we'll be up anyway. I'm sure we'll be up and out. So.
And on our first day, on embarkation day, we actually have a champagne tasting booked. I mean, we're still kind of umming and ahhing if we're going to do it or not, but I think we probably will end up doing it.
I think we are going to do it, yeah.
Yeah, we've got it booked for 3 o'clock, and it lasts about an hour, so we should still have enough time for Sailor Wave to watch that, and then obviously, you know, get the iconic pictures and views of going under Lionsgate Bridge, which should be cool.
Yeah, we'll just down the last drink really quickly and bugger off and
oh my god, yes, because I really want to get the Sailor Wave cocktail drink, because you can get it in a souvenir glass. I think that's the only day you can get it, is on Sailor Wave.
Yeah, because on our first 3-night cruise in the Bahamas, we didn't go to any of that. We went to a massage instead. We
did, and well, no, we sat on our veranda and sailed out, and then we went to go and have a massage because it was like really cheap.
Yeah, so we missed any kind of activity that was on deck basically. So this will be a good thing to actually experience it. We've seen it in videos, so yeah, definitely going to do that.
So let's move on to the excursions that we've booked. Very, very excited for them. We are Silver Castaway Club members, so we got to book 90 days in advance.
Yeah.
However, there was quite a lot that was sold out by the time Silver got to book. And 2 excursions that we wanted to do were sold out. Basically the bear excursion in Ketchikan, and Skagway, we were going to do the Glacier helicopter tour, which would have been epic, because basically flying in a helicopter up to the glacier and then you get out and you walk around for a bit, drink glacier water. But you know, it's fine. There's always next time.
Yeah, no, definitely.
But the excursions we do have booked I'm still happy with what we have. It's going to be so good. So on day 3, which is Dawes Glacier Day, let me tell you what we're doing on that day, because it does involve an excursion. So we have brunch at Paolo booked at 10:30. So it's a bit earlier than what brunch normally is, because I would say brunch is between 11 and 12.
No, brunch is breakfast, lunch, isn't it? So it's in between breakfast and lunch.
Yeah, so 11 o'clock, I would say. But anyway, yeah, we have brunch booked, so we're very excited for that. It's not the it's not the typical brunch that used to be in Paolo, which was this ginormous spread of never-ending food and desserts.
Yeah, which looked incredible.
God, it looked amazing. Yeah. But from the videos we've watched, I mean, we've not seen many on Alaska, but brunch ones we've seen from other cruise sailings. It looks really good, and it still looks like a lot of food. Yeah,
you can still have as much as you want of stuff. Yeah. And there's things that are staples, you know, that are back.
This brunch is basically, rather than a buffet brunch, which is, I think, a bit more relaxed because you can just pick at bits and things like that. Whereas this brunch is full-on meal dishes. Yeah. So, I mean, people have gotten flatbreads, they've gotten eggs Benedict, and then they've gotten chicken escalope and or chicken parm. And then they've moved on to like pancakes or waffles, and then there's
calzones,
canapé type stuff. And oh god, yeah, there's a calzone, and then that's just the food. There's bloody pizzas. Desserts. Yeah, like there's all the desserts and stuff. So yeah, we're probably gonna need to be rolled out of there. Yeah,
it's insane the portion sizes that are, because you think it would be small portion sizes. They are, like Steph said,
they are full meal sizes.
Like full plate calzone, like this big on the plate. Pizzas are huge. You could share them with 4 people.
So I would say to those that go, oh, brunch isn't the same because it's not the buffet. It's like, yeah, I agree with you. There was a lot more variety, and I think that's what is the sad, annoying part for people. But when you actually break it down and look at what you're getting, this big meal on a plate and more and more, it's like a 9-course meal almost. You can make as much as you want. Like, so I think it is still good value for money, and also a decent amount of food. Yeah. Because also you can order steak as well if you want. There's steak on the menu too. And that is $40 each plus 18% gratuity included, is it?
I can't remember. We'll look it up.
No, I don't think it is. I think you have to add the gratuity to it. Or I might be wrong. I'll put it on the screen if I'm whatever it is. So then after Paolo brunch, we're going to try and head out to go and find the characters in their Alaska costumes. And hopefully by that time we've got some good scenery out on deck. And then that kind of keys in nicely, that keys in nicely to, our excursion. And we are doing the Glacier Explorer. So the Glacier Explorer is basically a ship, or no, not a ship, a boat that pulls up alongside the Wonder. And you basically get off the Wonder, get onto this boat, and then this boat basically navigates the water to get you as close and safely closest to the glacier. I don't know, come on. Whatever, you know what I mean. But yeah, they get you as close as they can to the glacier. And from what we've seen footage-wise, I know it's going to be so much different in person to see it.
Yeah, it's different on the ship apparently to when you actually go closer to it, and you have to kind of like navigate these kind of ice fields where all the sort of little things are broken off and are falling around in the water, and then you'll get as close as you can, and you stand and sort of take pictures and stuff. But apparently you'll just see these humongous glaciers and the definitions of the carvings and all the rocks around.
So next up is day 4 and Skagway. We have a wildlife safari and bear watching tour booked. which is 6.5 hours long. We booked it with Alaska Shore Tours, so it was a little bit cheaper than what we might have paid, well, sort of what we might have paid with Disney. And basically it's they drive you out to Haines Town, I think it is. Yeah, Skagway, Haines Town, and then you get on a boat and you do a sort of scenic safari boat ride to see wildlife and things like that, and then they take you up to a fort which you can then explore a little bit, and then after that I think you basically go and do some bear watching, and then after that they take you to a salmon hatchery, which I think kind of ties in with the bears, because I think from the description the salmon kind of ties in with the bears, because obviously the bears are hunting salmon and it's salmon season.
Yeah, basically.
We are quite excited for that. I'm sort of a little bit on the fence with this one just because it's 6.5 hours, and you know, it's not going to have a lot of bear time in it, so I hope that whatever bear time we do have will be, you know, worth it and stuff. We kind of worked out that we think it's about 2 hours worth of bear viewing. Yeah. On that particular part. We inquired, didn't we? Yeah. So, I mean, I say I'm not skeptical, I'm on the fence. It is going to be a good excursion, I know. I think it's just because I'm being a bit of a brat, because I just wanted to do purely bear excursion, because I wanted to spend, like, I think the Disney one was like 3-4 hours. Yeah. On a platform. Yeah, and whereas what I was trying to say justify is I reckon it's going to be like that, you know, that you get the little hidden gems of diamond in the rough, something that's going to completely surprise you and blow you away. And I think it's going to be this. I think it's going to be incredible, because it incorporates so much stuff, and we're going to really kind of get to see different areas of Alaska that we wouldn't get to see by being in the ports. Do you know what I want to do as well? Bald eagle watch. We have to do like a ding, ding, because apparently you see so many bald eagles. Loads and loads and loads. So, just in general, not in Skagway, just in general. Yeah, I am. So I think it's going to be I reckon it's going to be her favourite excursion. I'm calling it now. This will be her favourite excursion. Whether or not take the bears out of it, I think it will still be your favourite, purely because you're going to see salmon. You're going to probably see whales as well. You're going to see sea lions, all the animals. That would be cool if we saw whales. You're going to see different areas. Yeah, it's going to be incredible. Well, here we go. Once you've heard all the excursions, comment down below what you think my favourite might be, and what David's favourite might be too. So then hopefully, depending on, because that starts at 11:30 and finishes at 6, so hopefully we might have time to still sort of do a little bit of exploring in Skagway, because our plan is to be a tourist and go to each souvenir shop in each port and get the tacky souvenirs, because I don't care, you literally can't get some of this stuff anywhere else, technically. So I want to get my tacky souvenirs, and definitely want to get magnets for each one, like a Ketchikan magnet, Juneau magnet, stuff like that. So, and I think Skagway, I think we have the longest port time for the ship. Is it that one? I can't remember, but I think it leaves at 7:45. Yeah, I think we've got plenty of time to get back and wander around. We arrive at 11:15 and that's wrong. We arrive at 7:15 and it departs, well, we have to be on board by 8 PM, so our excursion isn't till 11:30, so we can have a sort of slow morning, but the fact that we get back at 6 PM, we definitely will have 2 hours. That's what I'm saying, 2 hours to wander around. Just depends what time the shops close. We'll do it before the excursion then, really. We've got plenty of time. Right, so moving on to day 5, Juneau. Oh, do you know what I forgot to mention? We've got dinner booked at Paolo on our Doors Glacier Day. We do, yeah. So we're great at this, aren't we? So our Doors Glacier Day is actually going to be pretty epic, because we've got brunch at Paolo, we're doing the Glacier Explorer, and then we've got dinner at Paolo as well. Right, so moving on to Juneau, which is day 5. We have booked with Disney the Alaska Whales and Glacier Photo Safari, which is what it says on the tin. We are going to go look for whales, we're going to go to the glacier at Mendenhall, and it's a photographic experience. So basically, for the whale portion, we are going on a boat that is a bit more specific for photography. So from what I've seen, if that is the excursion, the windows on the boat go right up.
Oh, the one where they open it up, they flip it outside, yeah. So it's
literally, if you lean over, you will fall into the water.
No lens glare, people. Yeah.
But exactly, it's a photography safari. So there are people, the guides on board have photography experience. So they will help you get the best settings for your camera. They'll also help you to learn when to identify when to take a shot for like the spout or the tail. And yeah, I picked that one mainly with David in mind because I thought it would be good in terms of maybe there might not be as many kids on this excursion because it's photography based, and also being that he's got his nice camera,
a very good
wants
camera,
to get decent photos. I thought it would be helpful to have someone there as well that he could ask questions to and things like that. So that should be really good. I don't know what way it's going to go, whether we do the glacier or the whales. I did try to find out because, yeah, they take you to Mendenhall Glacier and they take you to, I think it's called Picture Point or something, which is basically, that's the spot for the best photos of the glacier. So it's a different trail to what everybody else normally does, which is they take the trail towards Nugget Falls. And Nugget Falls is this massive cascading waterfall you can get quite close to, and then the glacier is just beyond that.
Yeah.
So we're not going to Nugget Falls, but again, when we get to Picture View or Viewpoint or something, they'll help you set up your camera and get the best settings and stuff like that. And then that's at 7:45 AM. and finishes at 1 o'clock, so it's like 5 hours and 15 minutes. So we don't leave Juneau until 4:45, so we still have a good amount of time in that we can explore a bit of Juneau too, do our little souvenir shopping, maybe go to the Red Dog Saloon.
Oh yeah, I really want to go in there and get the duck fart, isn't it?
Yeah.
And the drink duck fart.
Duck fart is a shot which is very creamy based.
It's like Bailey's
Kahlua.
Kahlua, Amaretto, or
no, it's Bailey's, Kahlua, and something else, which sounded like Crow or something. I don't know.
Crown.
We'll have to look it up again.
It was Crown, whatever that is. Yeah.
So yeah, that should be cool. And then at 4:30, we have booked a couples villa with a couples massage, which
is pure indulgence and
it's pure
completely
indulgence,
unnecessary in that respect. But
and yeah, but you know what? I haven't had a spa weekend. We used to go on spa weekends a lot, and we've not been to the spa for years. Yeah, we are super excited for this because it is a couples villa. So it's a private room just for us. It's got the tables in there to have our massages done side by side, but that's not all. No, we get we get a sort of foot soaking massage type thing.
Yeah.
And then they give you some like fruit, and there's some juice and stuff that you can have, and then I think you have your massage, and then after that you get to relax in a hot tub.
Yeah, I don't know if it's that way around or the other way. We can't actually remember.
I think it's foot massage. I think it's foot relax, massage, relax.
Okay.
You don't leave as soon as you've had your massage.
No, I thought it was foot rub, hot tub, massage, then you relax with the champagne or tea or whatever afterwards.
That's exactly what I just said.
No.
I did.
You said relax twice.
Yeah, I said foot relax, massage, relax.
Yeah, we didn't say hot tub. Yes,
but relax means hot tub.
But they didn't say there's a hot tub even in it.
I did say there was a hot tub. Yeah. Oh my god.
Watch it back, you'll see.
Yes, we shall see.
We shall see.
Because I did say there's a hot tub.
Okay.
This is staying in.
That's fine.
This is staying in.
That's absolutely fine. And
then after that, you get to relax in a hot tub. Relax in a hot tub. Relax in a hot tub. Anyway, that is at 4:30, and we leave Juneau at 4:45. So what we originally wanted was to get this on a sea day, just to have the view of the sea when we're in the hot tub. So my thinking behind this is, we get in at 4:30, we get everything done, and then by the time we're sort of finished with everything and in the relaxing portion after the massage, we will be at sea, and hopefully it will still be light, or maybe it'll be sunset. I'll have to look up what time sunset is, because how cool would that be to be in the hot tub during sunset? So then we head into day 6, which is our day at Ketchikan. We weren't going to have anything booked because Ketchikan was supposed to be the bears. And when we were looking at all the other stuff, all the other excursions on Disney, there wasn't anything that took our fancy, really, was there?
No, we booked one thing, which was a breakfast bonfire or something. You
wanted to do that boat trip to some island.
It was because there was something to do. It was just like for the sake of booking something, that was all. And then, and she was just like, I
booked it. He said, what about this? This could be good. And, you know, I booked it because I thought, well, if he wants to do it, then, you know, we've got nothing else booked.
And I got vetoed.
You didn't get vetoed. How did you get vetoed?
See, no, because we agreed to cancel it because it wasn't going to be that great.
So, what I ended up finding on Alaska Shore Tours was a Zodiac boat adventure. It's 3.5 hours long. And it's not something that I would normally go for because, fun fact about me, I can't swim. So anything to do with the water and potentially falling into the water, yeah, I will freak out. Even like being on a boat and having a whale come close to you will freak me out, because it's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Which she does when we watch YouTube. She's like,
yeah, because you show me these pictures of freaking whales jumping out of the water and landing on people in kayaks.
She's great. It's amazing.
No,
you can't know bad will happen to you. You float. It's great.
No. So anyway, this Zodiac boat adventure is basically an excursion where you captain your own boat. It's like a dinghy. The boats are called Zodiac boats. I don't know if that's a thing. If it is, there you go. But it's, to me, it's like a dinghy, a large dinghy. And you go in a kind of, not cavalcade.
Yeah, it is like a cavalcade of boats.
Yeah.
Where there's the lead one, which is the person who runs the tour, the guide. And then you get put in a party of 4 or 6 or something, and then you kind of...
No, 4 in each boat.
4 in each boat then, and then you kind of take turns as couples, you know, to
drive
take control and drive it, and you'll see stuff.
Yeah, so what they do is obviously they stay close to inland, and it's like a boat safari where you're just going along, looking out for some wildlife. You'll probably see eagles, you might see some sea lions or seals.
Whales,
if we're lucky enough to see a whale, that would be amazing.
Whales have been spotted.
Part of me is like, I don't know, because if I'm not venturing out far to go and get 100 yards close to a whale, I'm actually really excited for it, because it's something different, isn't it? And obviously now I might drive the boat, I don't know, but I'll just leave it to him. But yeah, I think it's going to be a different experience and fun.
Yeah, so
it's going to be fun.
Good reviews, and we looked it up.
It finishes at 4:30, and we don't have to be back on board until 7:45. So.
Yeah, so again, plenty of time to then go and explore the town.
Oh yeah, definitely.
All the towns are kind of similar.
Because Ketchikan has Creek Street, so I definitely want to see Creek Street. So yeah, that is our excursions, and we are very, very excited for them. Hello from Stefy and Dave of the future. So since we last told you about our excursions and what we were doing, a new development rose the very next day, literally.
In the morning.
Yeah. And what was it?
There was an excursion in Ketchikan that we were trying to get
originally. Yeah.
It is the Black Bear Wildlife Excursion, basically. The one that she originally wanted we couldn't get, and we were replacing by doing the
Zodiac, boat adventure.
So we booked it.
Yes. So yeah, originally, as David said, we had the Zodiac boat adventure booked because we couldn't do the Black Bears. They were sold out, but for some reason I just thought to look this morning and boom, it was there. It's available for 2 people. So that is available at 12:30 now. It's 3 hours, and it's basically going to a special viewing platform that's sort of deep in the rainforest, when there's like a sort of running river there. Basically you get to watch them from the platform, from above, watch them hopefully maybe catch some salmon and climbing up the trees and things like that. So so we're very, very excited. Well, I am.
No, and it's quite close as well. But what we discovered is we started looking at the this excursion and the one that we've already booked. Because I'm in English, should we keep the 2 bear excursions? And what we realised is the other one in Skagway is more of a wild, kind of flat level.
Yeah.
Kind of view
so it's
experience.
Like, it's sort of like a flat kind of area, but it's also got river as well, but it's a wider expansive river. And those are brown bears that you'll hopefully see. So you'll kind of see them from a distance, but it's a bit more open, so it makes it feel a bit more wild-ish. Whereas with, I mean, they are wild. Whereas with the platform, again, they are wild bears, but it feels like it's more enclosed. Like there's no fence around you, but you would think, oh, maybe there's like a fence around here, and this is like a big enclosure you can walk through.
Almost like a kind of zoo-ish kind of experience.
Yeah, it's not, but and it's black bears, so. Yeah, we've kept the one in Skagway purely because as well it's got all of the other aspects to it, which David was saying yesterday, which was all the scenery. I think you get out at certain places and take pictures, and then obviously there's the fort and the salmon hatchery or whatever. So
yeah, you go and find the 5 different types of salmon, basically, where they go, because they spawn in this area. Yes. So
so that was the update for you. Back to our regular scheduled video. Okay, so next up is what we plan to do on the ship. Eat as much food as possible. No, we don't have any solid plan. We want to do lots of trivia that we can do, and we'll see what other things there are, because I know that they do kind of educational kind of seminars. So you can learn about the glacier. They do seminars on that. They have people come on board, naturists, and I think like rangers come on board as well. And so they do seminars on glacier. They do it on the wildlife in Alaska. So they'll tell you about whales, things like that. And then I think there's cooking classes on there. You don't actually cook, you basically watch someone else cook, but then they bring it around to your table. Yeah. And I think the cooking class is the lobster ravioli, the famous lobster ravioli. You can do towel animal class. Yep. I think there's a paper napkin 3D model. Yeah, napkin folding. There's a 3D model making of the cruise ship as well. Obviously all the trivia.
Drawing classes.
Oh yeah, there's animation classes as well, which we're going to try and do some if we can.
Bingo.
We're going to try and do bingo. We'll see how it goes. Bingo is big. It is massive on cruise ships. Like no matter what cruise line you're on, I think it is like...
You can win some money.
Big game.
Like there's been like winnings of like 20 grand once on a Disney cruise. It has to be one.
I think the last big one was like $7,500.
It's basically if no one wins the jackpot on the first night, it then goes on to the next night and gets bigger and bigger. So,
but from the videos I've seen of people that have done them, there's a lot of people in there. So we shall see. Then there's obviously like the happy hours in the lounges, and there's the live entertainment in the lounges too. There is a magician show which you want to see, don't you?
Yeah, I don't know if he does magic, but I know he climbs into a suitcase.
Well, I'll tell you what, the magic show better not be on embarkation day, because I want to go shopping.
No, I won't. No, I don't care about that much.
I'll see the magic show if you want to see it.
I think it's on the second. I don't know, whichever day there isn't a show in the theatre, there'll be like
maybe day 3.
That dude.
Because day 2 is the Golden Mickeys. Oh my god! So the shows, we're very excited for the shows. Well, one show, the Golden Mickeys. I mean, I want to see the Frozen show because that's on there, Broadway style. But yeah,
it's
he doesn't want to
so
see it.
thrown in your face. Like, who agrees with me, right? Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise, Frozen is just thrown in your face. Disney Wish has got bloody Frozen restaurant on it. The Disney Wonder has got the Frozen Sailor.
Anyway, so yes, there's the Frozen show, and then the other one is the Enchanted Dreams, I think it's called. We actually watched that on the Magic when we did the Magic at Sea staycation, and we were thinking about skipping it, but in hindsight I think we'll end up seeing it anyway, just because I think there is a different portion to this show compared to the one on the Magic. I think the Magic has the Frozen section, whereas with on the Wonder I think it has a Tangled section, which makes sense when you think about it, because there's the Tangled restaurant on the Magic which has a show, and then obviously you have Freezing the Night Away on the Wonder, which is an outdoor deck party, which I don't know if we're going to go and see that. I just want to see the end when they sing Let It Go and the snow comes out, or the snip. But we shall see. And then what else?
Karaoke.
Yeah, there's karaoke.
Silent disco.
We'll see how it goes. They have silent discos on there as well.
Such
I've never been to one before, but I kind of feel like we should try it.
Yeah, it's just weird. It's so weird.
Because you can have one headset, I'll have the other headset, and then we'll just be like dancing, singing along, and trying to guess what you're listening to.
Yeah.
And then lastly is the French Quarter Lounge, or what we're probably going to dub, or he will dub,
Voodoo Lounge.
So it's Princess Tiana themed, or the Princess and the Frog themed lounge, which they actually redesigned last year. It looks amazing. It's
really cool looking, and
it has been years.
Yes, and the reason why I call it Voodoo Lounge is because it has there's a section of it for Dr. Facilier, and it has all the masks on the wall. It has his door. It's like you go down the little side bit, it's got his door, so I call it the Voodoo Lounge because it's quite, voodoo-y.
It also has an actual real life trolley car that they have adapted into seats, so that should be pretty cool. And they also do colouring in there in the mornings, so we might try and do that. Yeah,
and they have live music in there as well, like an actual couple of guys doing jazz.
New Orleans jazz, Ooh, we're almost done. God knows how long this video is going to be, but you know what, I don't care. So next up we have what we're excited for. This will probably be a bit short because, I mean...
It's everything, isn't it?
Everything. I'm excited for everything. It's going to be amazing.
But if you had to pick like top 2 things that you're looking forward to seeing or doing...
Food.
Okay, yeah, there's that. Yep.
Seeing bears.
Or bears. It's an in-joke, we keep saying bears. Like what was it from? The bloopers to Ted with Mila Kunis and Mark Wahlberg keeps saying...
Is it?
Yeah, it's that. Basically he goes, wait, you got my teddy bear. And then she keeps making her laugh, so we always say teddy bear.
Bears.
Beer, yeah. So, in case you wonder why there's a weird speech thing happening.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to hopefully seeing some bears. Top 3.
I said top 2 or top 3 if you want.
Do you know what? I'm gonna own it. Food. For God's sake, food.
Having to cook.
Food is what I'm looking forward to so much, as well as seeing some bears, and I'm gonna go there. Just being away in general in this amazing place that I think is gonna be so awe-inspiring, that you look out the window, you're on deck, and you're just like, wow.
Yeah, I'd say scenery, nature and scenery might be my top thing to sort of, we haven't got a veranda, but I can go out on deck 4, I can go up on deck 9 or whatever, just to kind of go out and be like, wow, like early morning, like for me, if I go for a smoke in the early morning and I'll be standing there and I'll just like go for a puff, whatever, and I'll just be like, by this mist and mountain and snow-capped mountain, just
that's
beauty
the thing.
everywhere.
It's going to be the constant snow cap that you'll just look at, and
it's going to be unbelievable.
Hopefully, you know, you're not going to get sick of that view.
No, you
won't.
We will. I think it will just be absolutely incredible, purely just even just for the scenery. You know, so picturesque and just beautiful, and you know, an amazing thing. Never thought I'd get to do. And the sort of second thing is kind of it's like a joint thing. Yes, you know, but nature and the bears, so that's part of the first one for me. But it'd be food / the Voodoo Lounge. I'm really looking forward to going into that lounge, having a beignet and a cup of coffee and listening to the jazz band play. Just downtime. And you need to have downtime on any kind of holiday.
Then the last thing we're going to talk about is formal night. So formal night is on the second night of the cruise, which is the sea day, and it's basically your opportunity, or the guests' opportunity, to dress up to the nines, and I mean the nines. People dress up in ball gowns, evening cocktail dresses, and full-on suits / tuxes. But this year I said to David, I want to go all out. Like, I want to buy a really nice dress, and I've got a nice dress, I've got some nice shoes which are going to kill me because they're painful to wear. David's got his suit.
I just about fit my suit.
He looks very dashing.
I'm trying to lose a few pounds, but yeah.
So yeah, we are going to do formal night because we've also bought the photo package for the cruise, because I think it is totally worth it. So the photo package is like a memory maker, and basically any photographer we see, we are going to get photos, especially for Glacier Day with the characters outside, and then formal night is where, and again, formal night is a time where families tend to dress up, and then they'll take advantage of the photographers because they'll use those photos, which are very nice photos, for things like holiday cards and,
there's
family
nice
photos,
that
basically.
they put out as well.
So we're going to take advantage of that. Yes, so formal night should be good, interesting night. Because my shoes, you will be able to see what we are wearing in the next video, because the next video will be what we are taking with us. So if you want to know what my dress looks like and what David's suit looks like, stay tuned for that. Subscribe.
Squeeze into it.
So that is pretty much all our plans for this cruise. I know we've covered a lot. We might have missed some things out. If anyone has any questions, please feel free to ask below. Always happy to answer. And yeah, just so excited to get going. So one last thing before we go, I thought this would be quite cool. So this little girl, because I've decided she is a girl, is going to be our Alaskan Disney Wonder Cruise mascot. But she needs a name, and so I'm going to put this on Instagram, but I'm going to ask here as well, what should we name her? Because she's going to be our mascot, and we're going to basically take like scenic photos, and she'll be in the background, or the scenery will be in the background and she'll be in the foreground. But yeah, what do you think? What should we call her? I got her for my birthday, by the way.
Yeah, little gift.
Yeah. So that is going to be it for this video. God knows how long it is. I feel like it's going to be about 40 minutes long. I need to condense.
That is what it is.
But I hope you enjoyed watching it, and as I said before, if you've got any questions, please do let us know in the comments below. And yeah, like this video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.